A little potted shrimp, very straightforward, or lobster, in our case, a lobster and mixed lobster and prawns today. So with little tostadas, thanks very much, Pat. Or a bread of some description, white cheese bread, a sourdough bread, almost any kind of bread, either plain or grilled or toasted. Very practical, one person to 1,000. The ceviche, also very practical, because that can be made up in quantity or in small quantities if it's just to have something delicious at home. And then the presentation of it can be, you know, into big, crispy, crunchy leaves, or it can be somewhat more refined, but still getting the crunch of a lettuce leaf there. The butteriness of the avocado is very important with it. The pork en croûte and the classic Duxelle stuffing, that is a timeless combination of bacon, onions, and mushrooms, which always, you know, pleases in that way that those three ingredients get on really well together, and then stuffed in nice flaky pastry, a stroke puff pastry on the outside. You know, it makes a very good combinations of flavors and textures. And then vegetables, it could be green beans, peas, broad beans, red cabbage, a tomato and pepper stew, a tomato stew, green cabbage. It's hard to think of vegetables that wouldn't actually be good with that. Turnip would be good at another time of the year. Brussels sprouts would work on it, sorry for saying that. Roast Jerusalem artichokes would work on it. So that's, you know, all sorts of vegetables work with there. With that, and then the rich gratin will be very good with it today. But it could be equally, next week it could be a boiled new potato, or what I wouldn't serve with the pork en croûte is a crispy type potato. So not a roast potato, because you've got crispy pastry, you don't want crispy potato as well, okay? So that's important. So nothing sort of roasted, and definitely not sort of chips or anything like that, but I know you wouldn't do that. Not that I don't. I love a good chip, but, you know, not in this instance. Okay, great, and very practical, because you can have most of the pork en croûte mise en place or preparation done. Well, you can have it all done early in the day, and then in a matter of popping it into your oven, very easy to carve. So that, from that point of view, it's a joy. Okay, that technique for making ice cream, the Bombe technique, and of course that molded to make a sort of a triple or double, a layered sort of bomb in a pudding bowl fashion, and turned out, and gives a particular texture, does not need churning, and you can really taste, it really feels like an ice cream that's made with cream rather than maybe an ice cream that's made with half milk and half cream. And it takes many, many different flavors. Some of the flavors are a little more complicated to get into it, like chocolate, where you had to be honest, like a bonnet. But then the coffee was completely simple. We just blended it with our a little bit of our mousse, and it went in very easily and straightforward. Okay, and then that little mousse is personally my favorite chocolate mousse. Is that little very simple one, and there are hundreds of different recipes for chocolate mousse. As far as I'm concerned, it's a really, really good recipe for chocolate mousse. Small portions. There's absolutely no reason why you couldn't have torn some raspberries over that, or put some stone cherries, or have we made a compote of cherries with kirsch? That incredibly simple thing. Yeah, that would be delicious with those as well. But, you know, anything that will go with chocolate will work there. Okay, that's it. Thank you for everybody for joining us. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much to Tiffin and to Pat. Sorry, I got confused over the mackerel. And have a nice weekend.